Well, I still play in rock bands or a rock band, so I've never stopped, if you know what I mean. But generally, I mean, that period's over, and I'm completely concentrating on theatre now. I was a singer-songwriter, which I still do. I still write pop music or rock music, so continued in that field. But theatre took me over, musical theatre, and here we are today. Well, it was my idea. I've always loved I came in from the movies, though we have the rights to the novel, which is fantastic. I didn't actually know when I had the idea. I loved the film. I loved Burt Lancaster and Montgomery Clift. I mean, Montgomery Clift's one of my favourite actors, so I loved the film. And I always thought it would make a good musical, but I didn't know the novel. So that was a big surprise when I sent the actual original CD to Tim Rice, and he said, "It's a novel. It's a great novel." And I hadn't read it, and when I read it, I thought, "Oh, this is even better than I thought." So I sent him a lot of material over the years after my pop band came to a sort of end. I sent him about, I don't know, 7 or 8 ideas, maybe more, for musicals, different ones, because I've written a lot of other material. And he always was very, very helpful, extremely helpful, even if he didn't necessarily think it was the best thing since sliced bread. He saw something in it. But when I came up with the idea for From Here to Eternity, that really sparked his imagination. And I remember him phoning me up and saying, I think you've got something here. He was helping me try to find interest in the show. And we got a certain bit, but after a while I think Tim just got frustrated and thought, well, I could do this, I could produce this. And the more he got into it, he wanted to take part in being an artist, being creative, which I always thought was great, because I'm not good at rewriting songs, lyrics, because I do write words and music, and I'm not very good at looking at a song again and changing the lyrics. I tend to just go, that's the song, and I'd rather write another song. So Tim came on board and actually rewrote all of the lyrics, and which was brilliant, because he totally saw it from a different perspective I would have never been able to do, and he's just an absolutely superb lyricist. So I've been to his house a few times in Cornwall, and we've worked there. And sometimes it starts with a song that I've written and he'll change the words, and sometimes it starts with a lyric he's written and I'll put music to it. Well, it's still a work in progress, though I've written a lot of material for this show over the years that we've been trying to get the rights and find a theatre and whatever. So there's a lot of songs, but we're still in the process of changing things around, because it takes on a different. We brought in another book writer, and great book writer, and obviously we now have a great director, so they have a different idea of where we want to go with the story and which bits we want to bring out and which bits we don't. So new material is needed for that. So it's still ongoing. Michael Ball's brilliant, and he's done a great version of the song, but it's not like that in the show. Musically, I mean, it's a lot more. There's a bit more edge to it. It's a bit raw. It's more. Imagine young guys in Hawaii, young soldiers jamming on guitars, and a bit more real, and a very young group of guys. So they've got that sort of testosterone and energy. And though we do have the lovely theatrical moments, the big orchestrated love songs and things like that, but generally, I think it's very contemporary. You know, because the music of the 40s and 50s, that feel is sort of what is around now. It's sort of come back again. So, well, the film obviously was influenced by the novel, so we're in the same territory, and there'll be a lot of scenes that, if you love the film, you're not going to be disappointed. But there's also things they couldn't do in the film that we now can do. So there's some bits that are a little bit more darker, I would say, a little bit more contemporary and interesting from a different perspective. The more you get into the story, you sort of see the characters. I always saw Pruitt, for example, the lead character, as being a bit of a James Dean or a very young Elvis. So then you can imagine the music has that feel of the sort of early Elvis Sun Sessions. And if you go out tonight to see 9 out of 10 musicals, most of them are old songs, or you've heard them a million times before because they're classic old shows, which are great. But there's not many new shows with new scores, and all of the songs in From Here to Eternity are completely new. So that makes it interesting. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and then you feel like you're taking part in something that's, you can go when you, in 30 years' time, I was there, I saw that when it first came on. So this is what a show From Here to Eternity is. It's completely new.
Yeah, and that's really exciting.
It is exciting because
exactly.
whether it, you know, people don't like it, fair enough, but at least it's something that is completely new by a writer that you've not heard of, which is good, I think. I just hope everybody enjoys it, and it's going to be great. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful theatre, and I'm very happy, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
It's a long haul, and I won't be walking their line. I won't fight their fight, but